Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, it's been a while, so let me see if I can pick up where I left last. I was talking about the paint set from the Pago set that I wanted to spray paint the box, and I did. And look, now we have a teal box where the lid inside is still white, so I just taped it up completely so I wouldn't have any spray that's wandering inside when we painted this this thing here. I like it a lot, and now I'm wondering whether I should coat it with some sort of varnish, and to protect it. But so far it's easy to clean, and it's, yeah, I just really like that non-glossy, like this matte look of it, so I'm hesitant about treating it with some sort of varnish, but likable. It was black before, if you don't remember, and I have several black tins, so I thought it could be fun to, for the first time, to spray paint my own tin, and then maybe, when spring comes, I can give it a lavender or like yellow or orange colors. I don't know. It just makes your mind ponder about, you can put like stencil on top. There's a lot of fun things you can actually do to decorate your own tin. So yeah, but so much has happened. I think it's like a month ago. Yeah, it must be like a month ago since my last stream. And what's been going on in that month is that I've been quite sick. I am responding not good to my new medication. So I don't even know how to describe it. It's like if I lay down, my body goes like whoosh, like whoosh, like I'm taking spins. And the first time it happens, I was like, oh cool, you could get like doped without an illegal dope. But now I'm sick and tired of it because it makes me nauseous and stuff like that. So it has impacted my creativity level. I have not been that creative. I'm having like dizziness and stuff like that. As it's the 5th week on the medication, and I'm up on full doses right now, and it's kind of like the tablets you get from chemotherapy in tablet shapes. So I got like nosebleed and nauseous and stuff like that. But what I wanted to say is that I find that if I just sit down and do paper piercing and fuzzy cutting and stuff like that, it's taking my mind off it. But I'm not that keen on doing like big paintings or stuff like that. So it has taken the top notch of my creativity, but I'm still creative. So I made this album because I saw way back a stream from Anne Lar where she had pop-ups, and it was like 2 months ago or something. It's very old, right? But I've been wanting to do and try it out for a while, but I knew that I needed to create a different special kind of journal for that. So I constructed myself a 3-page journal where the pages, my first attempt was this one, and I'm not even gonna bother raising them all up because it was a failure. But I had to go through this phase to figure out the technique behind it. I know people who are making these pop-up journals, they're like, no, Lena, what were you thinking? Like, this is so not how it's supposed to be done. But good intentions were there, and die cuts from a Daphne's diary, because it's just a tester, But I know I got too many stuff laid down, and the way that they're not opening up when I open the page, but it was meant to be. So this journal opens up like this, and then like this, and that's 1 page. I don't know if you can imagine that the flap here is like the back side of a 12 by 12 cardstock. But the reason for constructing this page is because here I get an opportunity to open up a room, you know, where you can have that pop up once more. So I really stepped up my game with this one. The second one succeeded, in my opinion. Ta-ta! I really love it. Let me see if I can hold the camera still. So we got a chair, we got a rascog, we got the table, we got the Pop Dots artwork on the wall, and then we got the stuff, like dimensional stuff, and a lamp, and yeah, I really like this one. And then this can open up and reveal what's inside the cabinet. So yeah, this was actually the best attempt, I think. But it's fun. It makes you think. You have to think differently when you're doing these 3D things. And this is just embellished, and you know, instead of photo mats, I got like mats where I can paint stuff on. So I wanted to do yet like another room. So I made this one where we got a cute cat on the table, and my attempt of making a window with acetate with this woman looking inside, or looking from the outside into the room. So, and I really like the small print wallpaper that I found in the paperback book from Bo Bunny. So, yeah, it's just been so funny to find cutouts that are small, you know, and yeah, it's very likable. And I draw and paint the desk and the chair, and it just seems to work out fine, because I was looking after a magazine cut from a desk and a chair, but I couldn't really find any, so I thought, okay, I'm just gonna make my own. And I think that's as far as I got into this journal. But I really like to just decorate and do die cuts and, you know, all the small things here. On the tags, I just stapled the butterfly so I can squeeze out the wings here if I wanted a little bit, you know, something to stand out, because it is a fold out journal, so it's okay that the ephemeras poking out like this. Well, I don't even know what else to say other than these are just die cut frames with you know, acetate in front of it. Yeah. But fun journal. I really like watching what Anne Lara is doing, and now she's making a diorama, which is you have to just go see Mary's and Anne Lara's streams, because it's very intriguing to see them make these small houses, like pop-up things, and yeah, there's just something really nice about it. Janet M. Young was talking about if any of us had a do-it-yourself calendar, and I do, so I thought maybe I should show you my setup. I also have like a month in a glance. This is November, and then I got a week on 2 spreads. And I actually, like she does in The Beast, I draw out the days sections and then just continue for whatever pages there are, you know, like this is December, and the December and November takes out half of the book, so I already set up, just sketchy set up my January. It's gonna be this one here, and then I did not dot in the pages yet, because I find that having a week on 2 spreads is a little bit narrow for notes, so I might even do like only 4 days on 2 pages for January, so that's why it's not like totally done yet. But yeah, I just wanted to show that I like having these small calendars. And look, it's not bulky, it's low profile. I dislike when I have to write in it, if it becomes like a chunky brick or something. So I just like to keep it slim, so whenever I need to journal or something, I can still keep the book inside the holder of the planner and have like a flat page spread. So yeah, that's really likable. And I think the first time that I worked in a Midori, I tended to stuff it with a lot of things and knickknacks and pockets and whatnot and tags. Things literally flew out when I opened it. So that made me not use it on the couch because I didn't want to lose anything, or, you know, things falling out from your little book. So I really can recommend that if you want this as a tool, and it's like a workable tool, that you glue everything down. Because you know, if you have like a tuck spot with a tag, and you know that you're never most likely not going to take out the tag and look what's in the bag, or, you know, journal on the back of it, glue it down, because then nothing can fall out. And it's just a much more nice tool to have as a grab and go for small writings and stuff. So that's my tip if you want to work in a tool like this, where you actually use it as a tool. So yeah. I'm just babbling. I love planners. Oh my god, do I love planners. And I especially like to make them myself. So yeah. Okay, I have like a tiny haul. It's nothing special. I went out to buy a Christmas gift for my son, and then I came home with like only one gift for him, but some small things for myself instead. Isn't it typical? I cannot say no to pens. Oh, I couldn't decide if I should go for the blue set or this set, so I bought both of them. These are like really slim and tiny, and it's just a perfect back pen. You know, the pen that you carry in your bag, takes up no profile. It's super perfect for planners, because, you know, it's so slim that it won't disturb the elastic or nothing. So if you make like your own homemade pen loop, and it's so easy to make those pen loop. This pen loop right here is just a piece of it's like fabric that got a laminated background, so it's sturdy. And then I just flipped it around a page, glued it down, and then matted on top of it with pattern paper. So it's like, it looks like it's born with this pen loop, right? But these slim profile pens, oh, I love them so much. So I got these two pen sets, so what's it called? And then I got another guest book. I have gotten a guest book from this store before. It's this one. It's called the Party Planner Guest Book. And it's, you open it up, and then you got an envelope to store your ephemeras and, you know, bills and whatnot. And then this can come out. It's just an elastic band, and folded envelopes used as pockets. And then this is the original guest book with a lot of pages for people to write a comment on, and it also a tiny booklet that comes out. It's attached with this elastic. I like to write and sketch on this paper. It's coated with something that makes it like super hot press, so graphite and especially ballpoint pen acts beautiful on this paper, so it's really likable. But I had this guest book before, and I dressed it up. I can show you in a minute, or maybe let's show it now. This is what my first guest book looked like. The reason why I wanted to buy a new one is because I need to alter it before I can take it in use. See, when it's new, how it just fits snug. with the spine working perfectly for the content inside. Yeah, well, guess what? When you start dressing it up, suddenly the spine is too narrow because the tuck spots and everything, when you put stuff in it, makes the booklet bulky. So now it doesn't fit in here anymore. See if I have to close it. So I need to cut up a slit here and enlarge the spine, and it just buggers me because look how this spine is actually also too narrow. So because I was so annoyed about it, I bought a new one, and then I want to slit it up and make it the right proportions before I start decorating this with matted paper and whatnot. But yeah, lesson learned. It's just so annoying when it happens. But look, when you dress it up with pattern paper, oh, it looks really, really beautiful. The pattern paper pad is from Stamperia called Old Lace. Okay, let me take like one booklet at a time. So first, you got the original album here with the elastic bands to close it up. So it's like this. And then, like I said, with gluing things down, these are glued down. So it's just like a decoration, and then there is a functional pocket here that can be used to insert tags if I want to. But this takes the stress out of stuff for me, where it's already pre-decorated with stuff that glued down, and then only one piece of paper needs to be tucked in. Because let's keep it honestly, it's so annoying if you do like this with your journals and then things are falling out. So I try not to have too many of those tuck spots where things can fall out. Okay, this journal right here, on the back I just glued in a page that can open like this, and then you can take out the booklet if you want to. And then I did a see-through pocket with just things tucked in. And then I tried to find my old pictures and stuff to dress it up. This is also a pocket. I'm not done with this. I actually wanted to use this as an inspiration board for writing down a small story. So I just tucked in old stuff lying around the pockets, and this is an envelope where you can insert things. I just slit with my craft knife a small slit right there to make it close. Yeah, Kathy Arbor showed a book called All the Colors in My Life, written by Lisa Aisato. So I sat down and I wrote all the text from that book that she showed on her stream, because I really liked the way it was divided up in chapters, and I liked the story that was told. And I seriously wanted at that time of my life to make something similar, like a story that was illustrated with only one-liners per page to follow the drawing. And then I started my medication, and that plan just flunked big time. But I did manage to work a little bit on that story board, or what's it called, in this journal here. I, by the way, just gave it a handle so that it looks a little bit like a purse. And the reason why the handle is up here is because I found myself taking this book out all the time, like sliding it in and out. So I just took the handle, so now when it's tucked in its elastic, I can just pull the handle and then take out this part right here. Anyway, I did start the story. This is another pocket, but it became too dark, so I let it go. And then, by the way, uh, my medication kicked in, you know, and so, like I said, that extra 10% of my creativity just crumbled. So I have to like really tune back into this story to continue. You know what I mean? Like like you're on fire when you start a project, and then if something comes in from the right and tip you over and you lose focus, you need to re-kickstart your mojo around this project. So that's how I feel about this whole story thing. But I was working on a story based on the tale of the mountain hiker, you know, the White Walkers from Greenland. This is a drawing I made out of it. Look how dark it is. But we're talking about a spirit that walks the mountain. Yeah, so it was just going too dark, but like as you can see, I actually wrote a lot of things. Like all of this is about that story. So yeah, I did work on it, and then I had to tank it because it became too dark. So yeah, another time. Oh, it feels so bad to just show you a half-ass project. But I just wanted to show you what I used this fun book for. Yeah, but enough about that guest book. Today I bought this. I just flipped like this in the store, so I have like no idea what's really inside this Christmas book. But as I could understand, it's a book about the tags and stuff that you can use for Christmas. Oh, how cute. Oh, this is awesome, those to and from cards. And it's like, can you see how it's perforated so you can punch out and assemble these small boxes? Oh, it's very fragile to look in. Oh, it's likable. Yeah, I really like this. This is exactly what I need. Oh, these are stickers? Oh, how awesome is that? It's like different color schemes, but all of them are Christmas. Maybe it's easier to flip like this. I like that you can just push out a lot of these tags. So whenever you need to give a gift, these are stickers. So whenever I need to give a gift, I got like gift tags right here. Oh, those could be cute to color in. Is that washi? Oh, how inventive. It's washi in the small stripes. Like, can you see how you can just peel off? Yeah, that's really likable. Ooh, it can really get me into the Christmas spirit. Oh, these are all the days, and you know, in Denmark we celebrate Christmas on the 24th, so that's why every countdown calendar stops at 24 and not have 25 included. But these are like stickers with the dates, so I could picture that you could take a paperback and make a calendar for kids. Stickers. Yeah, this is like really likable. It's just up my alley with this kind of do-it-yourself, you know, assemble things. More washi, very lovable. Ooh, I kind of get a hoarding vibe out of this book. Like it's something I'm gonna be wanting to hoard, you know. Am I the only one thinking, like, when you find a good treasure, like, what did I pay for this? I paid $10 for this book. I should have gotten 2 because they might not come back next year with a similar book. Oh my god. Yeah, that's likable. Definitely like this book. Well, last year I worked with pink, gray, and light blue as my Christmas colors. And today when Devon streamed, we talked just briefly about, you know, how blue is just a beautiful color backed up with that bright red to use for Christmas. But I wanted to just flip through my winter Christmas last year album. I have not looked in this for a whole year, so it's gonna be interesting for myself to see exactly what's inside here. And now my camera freaks out. It doesn't really pick out that very subtle, like pink. There's like a lot of pink shimmery tones in this one. Oh my god. It's shaped like a bag with the handles in metal, so you open and close it like a handbag. And it's been a year since I have last been in this. Ooh. So a lot of the things I have forgotten, and it may be like totally wonky. I think it's like this direction. Grapes. I think it's from a picture that Kathy Arbor gave a link to from Instagram. And this is definitely a boat inspired by Terry Harrison's watercolors, just with the pink color scheme that I chose. This is definitely inspired by Monet, like Lily in a Pond. Here we got some tigers. Yeah. I should date things, and I definitely should, in these tiny pockets here, put in journaling cards of what inspired me, so when I do flip throughs like this, I can name drop names. Sorry if I get inspired for something that you recognize and you think, oh, she didn't shout out my my name. It's not because I am not interested in doing so, but simply because I have forgotten a lot of things. These are like corner, you know, photo corners that's sticky, and I use them in this journal to mount down some of my drawings. This is a Sandra bag, no doubt about it. Paint and Paper Studio Sandra bag, and this is one of her tags. That is so beautiful. Oh, it's kind of a shame that the back is covering up the artwork, so let's do it like this instead. This is from Happy Mail, maybe Deborah Adams, I think. Yes, Deborah Adams. Oh, look, it's a bunny snout. That is so cute. This is something I painted because I had a coloring book called The Joy of Painting, I think. The Joy of Paint. It's from a coloring book. I can see that we got like tags here. Yeah, I really like to do stuff like this on days where I don't feel like creating something fabulous, but I really want to use colors. So I have done this motif in like orange and yellow and blue and whatnot. It's just a likable motif. I want to open this. No, it's not able to be opened. It's very subtle in the camera. I hope it picks it up. I think I was flirting with the Art Nouveau at that time last year. So this is another Christmas card. And this is a card from Teresa Petersman, I think. Yes. Who is this from? I'm curious. Oh, I glued it down. Hand on. This is from CB. Look how beautiful it is. Embossed and with that bridge, totally Monet, like it could be the lily of ponds during the winter. A Christmas journal like this is the perfect place to put in your Christmas cards. Oh, I can see that there is some addresses showing here. Or maybe I should, on the back is just a beetle done with markers from Lindsay the Frugal Crafter's Dream. Okay, I'm just gonna take out this whole tag because I can see that there was an address showing. Okay, now I removed. It's just a tag with a flip down, and then I got this small watercolor illustration, probably also from something I saw on YouTube. Another Art Deco, Art Nouveau inspired watercolor painting. Yeah. I don't think that oh, this might be from a Janet M. Young flower stream, I think. I'm not sure. I think Janet M. Young did that lily in watercolor. What the heck is this? Oh, it's just a flapper. I kid you not. It's like I can't remember any of these pages. Have you ever had it like that when you're going through an old year-old journal? It's like you're seeing it from the first time, but then when you pull out, you can kind of recall. Oh, this is ready to go to be painted on. I really like those muted colors. I kid you not, I think it's from the Derwent Graphitint watercolor paint set. I recognize the color hues. Really likable. And this is another one of those days, you know, where I just want to use color but don't have anything particular in mind. It's very therapeutic to have motifs that you can return to as a safe drawing for whenever you want to do something. What? Oh, I remember. I remember this. It was my hubby. He wanted to go to McDonald's, and then he wanted me to draw out, you know, the list. So we did too. You know, me and my son, we made this this drawing to give to him. So he is so funny. Okay, this is definitely something I've seen on YouTube. You know, there is these uploads of channels who are making, I think they're called like fast and easy watercolors. And I really like to use that paper pad that came with the Artisto watercolor set. It was this palette right here. It came with like 10 or 15 of this shaped sheets, and I found that they were fun to use in conjunction with the fast and easy watercolor tutorials from YouTube. There's just something about the rectangle landscape shape of that paper pad. What's in here? Flowers. Probably also something that I saw from YouTube. You know what? I never really invent my own stuff to paint when I want to relax, because I think too much about subject, composition, color, whatnot when I have to invent my own stuff. So it's so easy for me to just look at references and then winging it. And I actually have the most fun when doing that. Oh my god, no shopping. I have gone through no spend through the whole of January 2021. I kid you not. I had like a very, very good no shopping year of 2020, and I carried it on throughout the whole of 2021. I think I have shopped for less than $150 in total this whole year. I have been using a lot of my stash, and for the first year in 2020, it felt a little bit awkward when I saw something not to go out and get it, but then it just becomes a new habit. This is from a Kathy Arbor stream in February, so it must be like a Easter lily, daffodil, or what's it called in English. So Sandra, also Sandra, yes. Oh, it says here, happy mail from Sandra. Okay, here I'm experimenting with the Artistro, where I figure out that if you water it down, you can get a funky effect because the chalky fillers in the watercolors bring out this texture. So I was having a lot of fun with that. Another one of the I warned you guys. I told you that I love to do these things right here. Yeah, it's just likable. This is a Kathy Arbor stream, paint along, I guess. I think I got a little bit different color scheme that she might have, because I don't think that hers had all these pinkish hues in it. Oh, and why not? Another one of these. If I had known that there were so many citrus fruits paintings in this journal, I would have harvested out some of them before flipping through it. So it doesn't seem to be like a person that only paints that kind of thing. Oh, this is a Kathy Arbor stream where you could download the drawing and then you could fill it in with colors. Oh, now I know what this is. I know. I made some backgrounds for Sandra where I sent her the originals, and then I just took copies for myself. These are some backgrounds. So now it rings a bell. So yeah, but I really should make journal cards so that I know what the heck is going on in this journal right here. Does this whole thing come out? No, it's just matted like that. Yeah, but there was a lot of space still in this album, so it's not like fully filled out. So I took it out of my shelf because I think I want to utilize the empty spaces to fill it out, but it's almost filled out. Now the annoying part is that I'm mixing in a new year. So I should be better at dating my pieces, right? Yeah, but very likable with the pink, the gray, the white, the silver, but not bringing me into any Christmas mood at all. So it's definitely going to be like a winter journal and not like a Christmas journal. These are magnets that you heard clicking in. Can you see? So it got this closure of magnets, and then gives this illusion of a handbag. Okay, but let me show you some of the current things that I've been working with the past couple of weeks or something. But first of all, I need to go get some coffee. Oh, I almost forgot the file folder project for December. As you guys may know, I got it all in a huge, humongous book, and then the file folder contains an insert, and this is the insert that I worked on for December. It's only matted. There's like nothing in it. I just took from the scrapbook world and did some pockets, assembly pockets to in the future. Let me grab a piece of paper here. I'm thinking that I would love to paint on a single sheet on my desk and then be able to slide it in. Oh my god, did I glue it? No, I didn't. It's just, you know, a tuck spot for sheets like this, because I think I like to work like that, with a single sheet on the table and then having the file folder to be some sort of storage for whatever I am creating in December. Hopefully I will be able to do something, but I'm not pushing myself. This book file folder project is going to last from year to year. So if I only get to mat and insert 1 year, I'm not stressed about it. And I really like that relaxed approach to a project. And I think that I am getting better at customizing the inserts so they are very functional. Like in the beginning, I worked inside the file with the glued things, so it was hard to open it up and viewing what I have done because the book just grew so large. So what's going on right now, where I'm working on inserts that can be pulled out and with pockets, so I don't have to glue exactly, like mounting things down. I think it's more likable. So yeah. I just forgot about showing this, but it's a paper pad that has a lot of warm colors, and I think I deliberately chose that because last year, like I said, I was working with pink, gray, and pastel blue, and it was not Christmas, you know. It didn't spark anything less than it was suitable for a winter journal. So let me show you what I'm working on the last 10 days. Gustav Klimt. Well, I watched a stream from Didi, sorry, and also from Sandra Scraps to Beauty, where they introduced the new paper pack from Stamperia, inspired by the artwork made out of Gustav Klimt. And I was like, really like, oh my god, that is so beautiful. I want to do a study of him. I usually from month to month pick an artist and then do a study of the person. In October it was a study inspired by Julietta Clark, where I did my renditions of several of her illustrations, and it ended up being like loose sheets of papers that are just in a file folder. And I'm thinking, why don't I change up my shift gear so whenever I'm studying an artist, I should designate a folder to that person. So my newest brilliant idea is to take a huge sheet of watercolor paper, fold it in half, and make that folder contain all the drawings that I'm hopefully going to make inspired by this artist. So now I can organize my drawings better, because who knows, 5 years down the road from today, when I'm flipping through my drawings and I'm bumping into those 7 or 8 illustrations that I made inspired by Julietta Clark, I would have forgotten that this was actually a study, you know. So I think that I'm onto something that's really up my alley with creating a file folder. And the idea, I'm totally pumped. Can you feel it? The idea is that before I study an artist, I usually roam images from the person online, and then I pick out up to 10, 11 pieces of paintings and artwork that speaks to me, not because I'm analyzing them, but I'm just immediately drawn to that image, thinking that's cool, and it's got like this signature from the artist all over it. So what I do in the future, I want to make folders like this, where I take out the printouts from the internet, and I want to decorate the folder with the illustrations from the artist, but not by gluing and pasting, but by me painting it. So does it make sense? like this is a doubled folded watercolor page, and I wrote Gustav Klimt, and then I gilded it because he's all about that gold embellishment on his artwork. He's most famous for the kiss, so that's why I put that on front of the folder. And then the artwork that speaks volume to me was the artwork about the golden tears, because it is so beautiful, the way that he has interpreted the eyelashes and the golden tears, and then there is this pillar of just shimmery gold. I mean, it's very likable. And it also have this how can I say, like this August Klimt vibe, you know. So in the future, when I'm doing these folders, the paintings that speaks the most of the style that the artist got recognized for will be on the front page, because Gustav Klimt also did a lot of landscapes. So here I've designated a spot to put in one of his landscapes. So, but the way that my folder project, and I love this so much, is that I open it up, and then like a real folder, I got tuck spots here for all the images that I printed out from the internet. And these are like envelopes that can be opened, and I can, you know, slide in the images here also. And then I decorated these images by using some of his signature patterns. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having like a heartburn. And then you open up the folder, and it just continues with all the artwork that I printed out from the internet. Let me just take everything out. And then this flap opens up. It's so humongous huge when you open it up, but I really like it. Let me see, maybe I can raise my camera a bit without dismounting everything around me. Okay, but you kind of get the picture that it's a very huge folder where I have worked with this illustration that comes out of reference photos printed out from the internet. It's like, this is his tree of life. And what I really love about this is the way that he merged like an Egyptian vibe with, actually it speaks to me like something from the Viking area, because this is how in Vikings tattoos and wood carving that they would illustrate Yggdrasil, which is the tree of life, and he also calls his the tree of life. So it's very fun for me to to pick out these illustrations, because there's a reason why I chose that they are going to be in my folder. But I do alter things, like you can see in his original artwork, the Egyptian lady is totally jazzed up in a dress with a lot of fabric textures, and he had this woman companion called Anne, and she was a fabric designer. She worked with fashion, so I think that a lot of his printed fabrics are, or maybe influenced by her, because look at this woman here. The coat is more representing the pattern in the fabric than it is the body. And it goes again in a lot of his paintings, where the dress, like on the Kiss the Man, his clothes is also like a fabulous print of fabric, and also her dress. So also this woman right here, this is a printout from the internet. Look how he's working with his textures right here, and even in the dark, it's not dark, there's a lot of texture inside his dark. So I'm working with the same, where it's not so much about the figure of the lady, it's more about the texture of her fabric. But I deviated and chose to keep this Egyptian woman's dress white, because in my fantasy that's more suitable for an Egyptian lady. And she is like totally inspired by Egyptian, like her hand gestures and all the gold jewelry she's got on. So very, very lovable. And this one is not yet finished, and thanks God for that, because I'm going to upload this on YouTube, and you know they're really harsh on their nudity policy. But this lady is a rendition of this one. Just showing it briefly. But look at her color, her gold jewelry, and her golden background. Can you just imagine how beautiful this must be in real life? Looking at his real life paintings. So it's difficult to replicate that feeling. This is my rendition of this woman right here. So, but it's difficult to replicate the feeling of all that gold embellishment that he have on his original paintings. So I try my best by using paint, shimmery paint and whatnot. But fun universe to dig into. Like I said, Gustav Klimt also is known for his landscapes. He's not that famous for it, but I'm working on one of his landscape pieces. And what's fun is that when you start to draw, a lot of teachers are telling you that don't sketch in every single leaf on trees, because just make hints of it and then the brain will fill in the rest. I guess that Gustav missed that memo, because on a lot of his landscapes, he's got tiny details even pushed into the back of the painting. So even the rooftop on the back, furthest back on his painting, is as detailed as the one in the front. I was in doubt whether I should follow my intuition of not making it so detailed, or if I should jump on the wagon and do it exactly like he have done. And luckily I chose to follow his example and doing it as he has done, because I noticed that the end result is going to be like a folk art look-alike landscape, and not so much a new Art Nouveau, which is the classification of most of his work. They are saying that he's an Art Nouveau artist. But anyway, at the moment I'm working on a study of his landscape portraits. But it's been really, really likable project to do this, because Gustav Klimt he made a comment about himself, saying something like, people around me tell me that I can paint and draw. I start to believe in that myself, so I'm jumping out as an artist. Like he was in doubt whether he was an artist, because he didn't feel that he was good at drawing. So a lot of his work, there is a very detailed face, like on this one, and then the rest is a little bit I want to say cartoonish, you know, like but he's got hands and faces done very realistically, and then the rest of the painting is more like a fantasy. So I really think he's a fun guy to explore with, because it's a lot about mark making, fabric, texture, and of course a face. But most likely he will not do feet or anything, not so much anything else on the body, which is interesting. You know, it's just really interesting to work with this kind of abstract, like this is very abstract to me because of her posture and everything. There's something to get out of this. It's very interesting. This is a picture of the golden tears. Look how beautiful it is. I mean, it is so beautiful. The nose is totally wonky. In my opinion, that's not a nicely painted nose. So like I said, I'm changing things up. So I leave my folder with my likable interpretation of the artwork. So I do make changes. I don't like totally copy his way of doing things. Like you can see the cubic bow is like really harshly done. I try to soften it out in my rendition because I kind of like that look. So what I'm basically doing is that I'm getting to know the artist by working with his or her illustration in this folder, and then I got a designated tuck spot for all the paintings that this person has inspired. And I really like it like that because I'm so bad at writing journal spots where I got ideas from, and I'm really bad at shouting out credit. So working in folders like this, it will make it much easier for myself. So that's what I've been spending my time with the past month since I've not been streaming. There's not more to say, but I'm really I really like this idea of a designated file folder for each person that inspires me in the future. So, and these flaps are just glued onto the edge of the watercolor paper. So it was important for me to have like genuine good watercolor paper to draw on. So that's why I have chosen this solution where I take a full sheet of watercolor paper. And the sheets that I've been using for this one is Hannemüller 300 GSM, so it's thick and sturdy, and it will not tear on you. So, and it's quite a large sheet, so I just flipped it in half, and it gave me a substrate that are really nice to work with on top of you know, with water soluble media, so I can get the best result that I like, because this right here is done with copy paper, and it was difficult for me to paint on top of it, so I really felt that I was struggling a little bit, where working on watercolor paper is what I like. But it's just a matter of preference. Yeah, enough babbling from me. I just wanted to comment and upload about I'm still here, and I've been a little bit MIA because I got these nauseous thing going on, so I don't feel like making weekly uploads when I'm not super fit. Oh, what's it called? Yeah, blah blah blah. But hopefully you're having a nice December, and I will try and come back before Christmas so I can say Merry Christmas to you all. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.